Hello, in this video we shall see how to make a vendor payment. We'll go to accounts payable module, we'll go to vendor payment journal, click on new to open a new journal batch, select the payment voucher, click over line, so you have to select from a drop down list the name of the vendor for which you have to do the settlement. Select the vendor, fill the description, whatever you have, then you can click over settlement. You can select the voucher for which you need to make the payment. So let's take this one for test purpose. Once you select the invoice that you need to settle, you can click over withholding tax. In case withholding tax is applicable, you can click on new, and under the withholding tax code you can apply the tax code that is applicable. Okay, and then press OK. So you can see the system have already calculated the net amount to be paid. You can select the mode, it is cash or bank. You can select an appropriate bank account, complete the financial dimensions, and then you can post the transaction. Okay, so the payment is done. This is how we do the vendor payment. So now we'll see another case where we have to settle more than one invoice. So you select the vendor code, click on settle transaction, select the invoice that you want to settle. So we select the first invoice that you want to settle. Once it is selected, click on withholding tax in case it is applicable. Click on new. Under the withholding tax code, you can apply the tax code applicable. Okay, then we go to again overview. Select another invoice that we want to settle. Go to withholding tax. Click on new. Select the tax code. And so on. You can select the number of invoices that you want to settle. Then click on OK. So you can see the total amount of those invoices after deducting the withholding tax is available here. Now you can mention the details, whatever the check number and whatever is the description. Payment description. You can select the bank account. Update the dimensions. And proceed to post. So the transaction is processed. We shall look into another scenario wherein the invoice is in US dollar but we are making a payment in local currency. So to do that, we'll go to the vendor payments, select the vendor code, settle transaction, select the particular voucher on invoice, then you go to withholding tax tab, select on new. From a drop down list you can select the tax code applicable, click on OK. The transaction is in USD, so you should change the currency, say yes, but you are making a payment via local account, so the exchange rate which is in the system and the date on which the transaction is done is for sure it will be different. So in case if we use a system exchange rate, so that rate would be different from the one which is paid through a bank account. So you can select the bank account. So here you can see that the transaction rate in the system is 534. In case the bank had made the payment by the rate 570, you can update the exchange rate over here. Alright, so and then everything goes to the same way. You can update the financial dimensions. So here, though your account the invoice was in US dollar, but you made the payment via local currency. So the equivalent local currency was 13,343,700. So the bank account, the EcoBank, the local bank account will be credited with this particular amount. Alright, so I think this is clear. And then you can post the transaction. Okay, so this is through. Let us see another case wherein the payment that there is a part payment. So to do a part payment, you have to select the voucher, select the vendor code, click on settle transaction. Okay, so suppose in this particular invoice I need to make a part payment. I'll select the voucher and I'll update manually the amount of currency. So the amount, suppose I'm paying 50%, I'll update 8,000. And then when I go to the withholding tax, just a moment. So there is no withholding tax that was levied on this particular invoice. So let's check out another one. So the amount to settle is 50,000. Then you can go to withholding tax. So for the part payment, we'll select the invoice for which we want to make a part payment. Put negative sign. Suppose we are making only 50,000. And go to the withholding tax. Click on new. The system will automatically adjust for the sales tax that is included in this 50K, and accordingly it will calculate withholding tax. So you can make part payment in this way. So I think more or less most of the scenarios that we have covered, how we make a single line payment if we have multiple invoices to settle, how to handle the withholding tax for each line, then if in case the invoice is in US dollar and the payment is in local currency, so how to adjust the exchange rate, and then how to make a part payment. So I think we are through with it. We are very clear with the with the payment part. So in case you find any issues, you can contact us. Thank you.